Hello, my dear friends. Hello, my dear listeners. How are you all? I hope you have started with a great joy and positive impetus to proceed forward in your life, or I may say, our life with the grace of Almighty and our elders, so that we can achieve our ultimate goal of this life. So, let's start a new chapter from our journey through the life of Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa Dev, and the chapter is named as Pilgrimage. Mathur and his wife arranged for a pilgrimage to northern India and wanted Sri Ramakrishna to accompany them. At their earnest request, the master consented to be one of the party, which numbered about 125, including Hriday. One second class and three third class cars were reserved, with an arrangement to detach them at any station between Howrah and Mughalsarai. The party started on January 27th, 1868. They halted for a few days at Devghar to visit the shrine of Vedanath. Here, an interesting thing happened. One day, while passing through a neighboring village, Sri Ramakrishna was greatly distressed to see the wretched condition of its people. Moved with sympathy for them, he said to Mathur, "You are the steward of the mother. Feed these poor people and give everyone a piece of cloth." Mathur at first hesitated, saying, "This pilgrimage will cost a lot of money, and these people are very numerous. We may be short of funds on the journey if we try to feed and clothe them. So, what do you say to this, Father?" But Sri Ramakrishna was inexorable. He shed tears at the sight of such abject misery and said in anguish, "Fie upon you! I am not going to Benares. I prefer to remain with these helpless people." Like a petulant child, he left Mathur's company and sat with the poor villagers. At the sight of his compassion, Mathur was much moved and ordered bales of cloth from Calcutta to distribute among them, and he fed them as well. Sri Ramakrishna then cheerfully started for Benares. At a wayside station near Mughalsarai, Sri Ramakrishna and Hriday alighted from the train and it went off without them. Mathur was extremely anxious and from the next station were to the station master to send them by the following train. He arranged for a conveyance for Sri Ramakrishna and Hriday and with a depressed heart proceeded towards Benares. Fortunately, a special train conveying Babu Rajendra Lal Banerjee of Calcutta, a distinguished railway official, came along just then. He saw the sad plight of the master and Hriday took them into his carriage and dropped them off at Mughalsarai. Sri Ramakrishna arrived within sight of Benares, the holiest city of India, a place immortalized in its scriptures as the eternal city of Shiva. As he approached Benares by boat across the Ganges, he had a strange vision. The holy city actually appeared to him as the sacred books declare to be made of gold. It seemed as if the precious thoughts of countless monks and devotees had accumulated there, making the place an abode of the gods. The real Benares was spiritual, while the external material one was but its shadow. He was deeply impressed by this glorious vision and for the first few days was scrupulous about maintaining the purity of the place. Going outside its spiritual boundary, the stream Ashi for acts likely to defile its sanctity. Mathur engaged a couple of houses near the Kedar Ghat. He lived at Benares in royal style. Whenever he went out, he was surrounded by a number of liveried men who carried his silver umbrella and other paraphernalia. Sri Ramakrishna could not walk, So he was carried in a palanquin. One day, Mathur, with Sri Ramakrishna, visited a zamindar at Benares. Naturally, his parlor was filled with men who discussed worldly matters. Sri Ramakrishna was pained at this and complained to the Divine Mother, "Where hast thou brought me, Mother? I was far better at Dakshineshwar. There I used to have spiritual conversations only. But here people indulge in all sorts of worldly talk." So, my dear friends, today we are stopping here. We will again hear the next part from this chapter. So, till then, be happy, be jolly, and keep praying. Shubhamastu.